Great job on choosing your most important goal. That's the first step to achieving it, is picking it out. Telling your brain that this is the most important result that I want you to focus on. Because see, now your brain can focus. It can take the power that it has and find the resources that you need to help accomplish that goal. But it's not enough just writing it down. You've probably written down goals in the past that you didn't achieve. I've had the same challenge, right? I've written down goals that I haven't achieved in the past. The reason we didn't achieve those goals was not because we didn't write it down, we did that, but what we didn't do was we didn't create the habits, the new improved habits that would lead us to that goal, that would cause us to take the actions and have the behaviors we need to achieve that goal. So that's what we're going to focus on in this session, in this video. A few years ago, I had a friend who wanted to lose 30 pounds, and I wanted to support him. And at the time, I weighed, I think, 180 pounds. And so he wanted to lose 30 pounds, and I didn't need to lose that much weight, but I wanted to challenge myself and be in the game with him. So I said, all right, I'm going to lose 10 pounds. I'm going to go from 180 down to 170. And so the way I wrote that goal was I wrote down, I created, remember, put it in the past tense, I created a lean, strong, and healthy 170-pound body. That was the first part of the process, writing down the goal. But then what I had to do was I had to ask myself, what are the habits that I need to have to be able to create this? Now, I was already working out, so that wasn't an issue. I was working out enough to be able to do that. The challenge I had was with my eating. And so I would do things like when I would snack, I'd eat chips. I'd eat things that tasted good, that I enjoyed, that I had eaten my whole life, and back when I was in my 20s, they wouldn't put any weight on, but then I was in my 40s, and I would eat the same things, and they would leave scars, right? They would leave weight on my body. So that was one thing. I noticed I was eating a lot of chips. And the second thing I noticed was that I had this habit from childhood. I can remember going out to eat, and we didn't have a lot of money growing up, but going out to eat like at a buffet, and my mom telling us that make sure you eat enough where I don't have to feed you later in the day, because she figured she was spending money, so she wanted to get her money's worth. And that was a habit that I had for a long time of overeating. And again, when I was younger, it was no big deal. I was an athlete, and I would just burn it off. But as I got into my 40s, I continued to overeat. Not by huge amounts, but too much. And so I said, all right, what are the habits I need in order to take 10 pounds off in a way where my body is lean and healthy and strong, to get down to that 170-pound weight? And I said, well, look at my wife. My wife is lean and healthy. And what does she do? So I went and I looked at a role model. And that's one thing I want you to do too when you're thinking about your habits. Who has already achieved what you want? And what are some of their habits? What are the ways that they act and the ways that they think and the ways that they look at things? And so I looked at my wife, and she's very healthy and has always been very lean and strong, and she looks great, right? And so I looked at her and I said, well, how does she snack? How does she eat? And what she does is she has this habit of snacking on fruits and vegetables, and mostly vegetables. And she doesn't do it by forcing herself to do it. She literally has a habit of loving to eat fruits and vegetables for snacks. And so I said, that's my first habit. So my first habit was loving to snack on vegetables and fruits, healthy stuff, versus chips, which was my old habit. The second habit I took on was I created a habit where I loved eating small portions. Now you might say, come on, Tom, if you love to eat big portions, you can't change that. Well, I'm going to ask you, why not? Why can't you change something? Look, you used to wear diapers when you were little, and I'm not making fun of you, I did too. And when we get older, maybe we'll wear them again, but you're not wearing diapers right now. You changed that habit. You used to like to, and now you don't. And that's kind of a funny little example, right? I know that's not too real world because that was a long time ago and we were very young then and our parents probably put them on us. But you can change things. You can change things by rewiring your brain, and we're going to show you how to do that. But you've got to pick the habits that will allow you to achieve your goal, even if that habit is 180 degrees opposite of your current habits. You need new habits. Now, with your habits, I want you to use the same principles that we used in setting the goal, your number one goal. Stated in the positive, and also written down as if it's already happened. So my new habit was not that I don't eat chips, right? It's hard to don't do something. My new habit was I snack, I love snacking on fruits and vegetables, okay? And that was my first habit. So notice it's in the positive. And also notice that, I already own it. It's not like I hope to love snacking on fruits and vegetables. I love snacking on fruits and vegetables. That's who I am. That's the way I am. That's the way I've been. So think of your habit as if it's already happened and make sure you write it down. The second one was on the portions. And so I didn't say that, I don't eat too much food. Again, that's too hard to focus on. It doesn't even feel good to not eat too much food. You have to think about eating too much food first. And so what I did was I created the habit that, and I'm just talking about writing it down right now. I'm going to show you how we create them later on. But I picked out the habit that I love eating small portions. I love the way it makes me feel when I eat small portions. I love eating small portions. That became my second new habit that allowed me to accomplish my weight loss goal, or my goal of, and let's not even think about it as a weight loss, right? That doesn't even feel good. My goal of chiseling my body into a lean and healthy 170 pounds. So now here's what I need you to do. I need you to pick 2 new habits. And if you don't know what they are, look at someone who has what you want in terms of the goal. And just ask yourself, what are their habits? What are the habits that they have, the ways that they think and act that allow them to be able to achieve the result that you want to achieve? So look at someone else if you need to, but take the time to write down 2 new habits. You can do more if you want, but for right now, just keep it to 2 so we can really get laser focused and get you moving forward in the direction of achieving your goal. Please don't watch the next video until you've written down in the positive and as if you're already doing it 2 brand new habits that will propel you to achieving your goal.